Yeah. All right, I am meteorologist Olivia Glass here. We'll wait just a few more seconds to have some more people join us this morning. We're going to go through a walkthrough of what we're seeing out there this morning, how much longer these storms will stick around for, when we could see a break in the afternoon, and then we'll do a deep dive into this evening's forecast. All right, I see some more people are joining us. I thank you for tuning in to this live stream. I had just got done mentioning that we're going to do a walkthrough of what we're seeing out there right now, when we can expect some break in these storms that we're seeing right now, and then we'll do a deep dive into what we can expect heading into this evening. All right, I'm going to go ahead and step in front of the camera really quickly. I'm just walking back into the studio. A lot of us have probably been hearing lots of rumbles of thunder this morning. We're still seeing a lot of that right now. We do have a flash flood warning for portions of Jackson and DeKalb counties through this morning. Very active weather this morning. No severe thunderstorm warnings, though, right now. That's the good news. This, of course, can change over the next couple of hours. I'll be here all morning, all afternoon. David will be here later on today, too, tracking this for you. Of course, this could still become severe warned in the next couple of hours here, but I'm going to go ahead and step off and go head to the weather center so we can do a full breakdown on what we can expect for the rest of today. All right. So I just want to say good morning to everyone. Again, thanks for tuning in to this live stream. This is what our radar is showing right now. You can see lots of lightning bolts out there, especially through Hamilton County, Meigs, Ray County, definitely some heavy downpours, but we've been talking about this potential pretty much since the beginning of last week. We've been weather alert for this day since this past Monday. And this right here, what we're seeing is the first initial round of storms moving on through. This isn't the main event. This is just kind of some remnants of what developed over the Plain States overnight last evening too. So this is on its way out over the next couple of hours. But again, I think heading into this evening is when that higher threat for severe weather makes its way in. Say around 5 o'clock Eastern time this evening, continuing into the overnight hours. This can still change, of course, in the next couple of hours, but as of right now, the severe threat, unfortunately, only looks to be increasing. We're talking about damaging winds. Tornadoes are not out of the question. Large hail is also possible, and even flooding. I mean, we were just looking at that flood warning for portions of Jackson and DeKalb County on radar, so Definitely getting some heavy downpours with this system moving through right now. Now, we actually have a special weather statement for this little shaded area. This includes portions of Hamilton County, Meigs County, Ray County, Bradley County, even portions of Walker and Catoosa counties. This is through 10:30 this morning, so we have about another 15 minutes until this is set to expire. However, the National Weather Service originally issued this special weather statement around 9 o'clock or so this morning. They've been continuing to extend it. However, it looks like they just expired the portions for Walker and Catoosa County. Definitely some heavy downpours in there, wind gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour. So just make sure you're staying weather alert this morning. We also are dealing with some watches right now. This dark green shading are your flood watches through Sunday morning. That bright green shading through, say, portions of Marion County is a flood warning for that Sequatchie River. Everywhere else on the board is under a wind advisory until Sunday morning as well. So we have a very active weather day in store for us today. This is just this initial round of storms. We have an even stronger line that's expected to move on through later on this evening. So I just wanted to show you the severe weather risk outline. So when we were looking at this yesterday, and even earlier this morning, half of the viewing area was under that level 4, half of it was under that level 3 risk. As of 2 hours ago or so, I was on air showing this graphic, and that level 4 risk had been extended into portions of Hamilton County, Meigs County, Ray County, Cumberland County, Bradley County now as well. So all severe threats are on the table for everybody. Everybody is dealing with the same risks heading into this evening tonight. You'll also notice if you look towards the bottom of your screen, that bright pink shading, that's that high risk, level 5 out of 5. Look at how close that is to Jackson, DeKalb counties. It could very well be extended into portions of our viewing area, or they may say maybe they'll wean those risks heading into the day today. We'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, just make sure that you have multiple ways to receive alerts from the National Weather Service, that your phone is charged heading into tonight. In case if there's potential power outages, definitely if you do have a NOAA weather radio, definitely make sure that you have a spare set of batteries to charge it in case if the power does go out. That's your backup. That's the most reliable way to get your weather alerts from. Because again, if the power goes out, maybe you aren't able to watch us anymore. Your phone may no longer be able to be charged. That's the most reliable source in those circumstances. So let's take a look now at the tornado risk. This hasn't changed much from yesterday. Still a substantial risk though. Anytime that there's not severe weather, that risk for a tornado is 0. So the fact that there's a 10%, 15% risk for tornadoes definitely needs to be taken seriously, especially this time of year. Springtime is just around the corner, 5 days away. But we also have these black lines that are across the graphic. That's what we call a hatched area. So that just initiates, or I should say indicates, a 10% chance or greater of a significant tornado. That can include an EF2 tornado or even stronger within a given point of 25 miles. So this needs to be taken seriously. Go over your safe spots with your family. Make sure everyone knows the plan too. Check on your loved ones. Make sure they have their safe space too. Just staying weather aware heading into the day today is the best way to stay prepared. This isn't to scare you or anything. This is just me informing you that we could be dealing with some pretty significant weather this afternoon. Here's our damaging wind risk. This changed also from this morning and even last night. Portions of our western counties are now under a 45% risk of damaging winds, 30% risk for areas east of the city. Nonetheless, this is very significant because, again, any other day there's not severe weather, the chance of damaging winds is zero. So I think this could be our main threat heading into the evening, along with tornadoes and even hail. We'll look at that here in a second. So this graphic also shows us those hatched lines, those black dashed lines. That's an additional 10% chance of wind gusts upwards of 75 miles per hour. That's equivalent to a Category 1 hurricane. So we could be dealing with very, very strong wind gusts heading into this evening. Power outages definitely could be a problem heading into this evening. So that's why I stress having a NOAA weather radio in case of maybe you aren't able to watch us in case of the power outages and your phone may not be charged anymore. Here's our hail risk. So this is the lowest threat for us. Still a significant one though, because again, any other day, non-severe weather, that risk is zero. 15% chance for the entire viewing area. Aside from that hatched area further west, say through portions of Franklin County, Jackson, DeKalb County, Alabama, that area could be seeing hail upwards of 2 inches in diameter. Those definitely can cause some damage to cars, anything outdoors. So hopefully you've done this already, but making sure everything is secured outside, bringing it in also is a good idea. This next graphic is the same graphics that I just showed, but in a simpler version. This just kind of shows the big picture. You'll notice that high level 5 out of 5 risk is still well off to our south and west through, say, portions of Birmingham, Alabama, through maybe Jackson, Mississippi. However, we were just looking at that graphic zoomed in. That is not far from our southern counties in Alabama. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on this throughout the day today. Tornadoes, hail, high winds, even flooding are all possible heading into this evening. So let's time the rest of this out for you today. This is, you can follow along with me. This is this afternoon around 1:15. Timing is in the top left corner of your screen. A lot of those showers just now starting to exit the viewing area. Seeing some dry time. This is what poses a little bit of concern. This is just before 5 o'clock. With daytime heating, this is usually our peak daytime heating time as well. So the air is able to destabilize again heading into this afternoon because we're not seeing a lot of this rain. Some peaks in the clouds that can really ramp up and destabilize the atmosphere, provide a little bit more energy for those storms to form. And then right up by 7 o'clock is when we start to see this pretty intense line approach our western counties moving in from the west and eventually exiting east. But this is the line that we really have to pay close attention to. Again, all severe threats are on the table. We could be dealing with embedded supercells in this line. Supercells are basically a rotating thunderstorm, a thunderstorm that has a rotating updraft. So tornadoes usually come from supercells. However, not all supercells produce tornadoes. Hail could be an issue with these types of systems because the longer your ice parcels, your particles are lofted in that updraft. The updraft is just so strong. It keeps those ice crystals up there in the super cooled air. So that's when hail becomes a factor. But as we progress through the overnight hours, this is now 10 o'clock tonight, still seeing that line make its way from west to east across the viewing area. and eventually making its way through our eastern counties just before 1 o'clock. And I just want to say too, this can still change over the course of the day. We'll have to see how much destabilization of the atmosphere occurs between the time these showers now wrap up and before this second line approaches. Lots to pay attention to heading into the afternoon. But eventually, I think a lot of this should be done with around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So with this occurring in the overnight hours, this strong line moving through, you definitely want to make sure that you have multiple ways, again, to receive alerts from the National Weather Service, but you're also able to wake up to them. Again, this is usually when people are sleeping. We'll, of course, be here keeping you updated, but definitely be aware of that heading into tonight. This is now 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. A lot of those storms now moving out. We actually should see a drier day tomorrow. Definitely will still be a wet start. So just take it safe on roads if you do plan to go out on Sunday. Temperatures on the backside of this cooler, just a little bit with highs in the 60s. So we really just have to pay a very close attention to today and into tomorrow morning. We'll, of course, again, be monitoring any changes that come from the National Weather Service, that come from the Storm Prediction Center. The Storm Prediction Center is the one who updates our SPC outlooks. And we'll wait for this to load here. If it wants to load, there it is. So they're the ones who put this graphic together, and then it's our job as meteorologists locally to let you know this, communicate the risks associated with something like this. This is not something to be taken lightly. This is pretty serious, especially for this time of year. Level 3, level 4 out of 5 risk for severe weather, with that level 5 out of 5 right on our doorstep. So again, just make sure that you are staying weather aware heading into the day today. I will do another live stream later on this evening, or I should say afternoon. But still feel free to follow me on social media. You can follow David on social media. Bill, all of the weather team will be providing updates for you. Again, this is not to scare anybody. I just want to communicate with you. We care so much about our viewers, and we want to make sure that you are staying safe during this time of severe weather. So again, make sure to be following us on social media. We'll be providing updates for you. I'm going to go step in front of the camera and wave goodbye to you. Of course, as I just mentioned, we'll still be posting updates for you, radar updates, any severe warnings, but I appreciate you tuning in to this live stream. And around the early afternoon hours, I'll do another one for you to see if there are any changes to this graphic. So just stay safe today. Again, go over your safe plan with your family, and I will be talking to you soon.